guys, welcome to No Bullshit, where I'll go through and I'll find products and review them before they're shipped to your door for your convenience. Today, we're going to be talking about a product to get the bland out of your life. Are you sick of bland things in your life and you need to add some flavor? Well, today we're going to be talking about Flavor God. Oh, no, not me. I'm talking about Flavor God. It's right there behind me. Well, let's take a look and see what we got going on. All right, first off, you might ask, well, what is Flavor God? Flavor God's actually seasoning blends to help give better flavor whenever you're making something. So whether you're just cooking for your family or whether you're meal prepping, it's going to give that more of a robust flavor. It's just a seasoning blend. So let's take a look at some of the first seasonings that I grab here. Taco seasoning. That's one of Flavor God seasonings here. And if we look here, nutritional facts, it's showing that servings per container is 201. So it's a pretty beefy container. It's 5 ounces for what you get. Zero fat. The sodium's 40 grams. No carbs, no protein. All around for the ingredients, it's going to be all natural ingredients in their products. Onions, garlic, sea salt, smoked paprika. They have some cumin, coriander, not really sure how to pronounce that, but that sounds right. Coriander powder, black pepper, fennel seed, that's cracked, oregano, natural paprika flavor, and crushed chili pepper. So it's all natural seasonings, what's in the taco seasoning. Let's check another one out. They have a cheese seasoning flavor. All right, so in cheese seasoning, we have 188 servings. And again, this one's only a 4 ounce, so it's a little bit smaller. 0 calories, 0 fat, 20 milligrams of sodium, no carbs, no protein. The ingredients, because you're wondering, okay, there's no carbs. How are you making some cheese with no fat and no calories, no carbs? What's going on with this product? Well, here's the deal. It has almonds in it, garlic, inactive yeast, Himalayan salt, and white pepper. So that's what we have in the cheese seasoning. And again, they have a like a warning, tree nuts, because it has almonds in it. So if you have any allergies, you might not want to have that product here. All right, the next one, they have one, chocolate donut. That's what this one's called, is chocolate donut. Of course, a quarter teaspoon, pretty consistent for the serving size. 195 in this one. It's 5.5 ounces, so a little bit bigger on the chocolate donut version. No calories, no fat, no sodium in it, and less than a gram of carbs. And it is showing sugars, less than a gram of sugars, and no proteins. The ingredients listed in order: honey, which is sugar in honey, cocoa, cinnamon, coriander, cardamom, maybe that's how I pronounce it, and nutmeg. That's what's in the chocolate donut, and we'll touch base on some of the sugars and different things here in just a moment. All right, the next one we have Flavor God steak and chop rub on this one. All right, so on this one we have 0 calories, total fat 0, sodium 620 milligrams. Again, 620 milligrams. Carbs 0, sugar 0, no added sugar, and protein 0. And in fact, this label's a little bit different than some of the other ones. The other nutritional facts just look a little bit different, so I'm not sure if that's a new label maybe they're going to. But as far as the steakhouse, quite a bit of sodium. That's pretty much what they got going on in here. And the very first ingredient, which makes sense, is ancient kosher sea salt. Then garlic, paprika, black pepper, cumin seed, and coriander seed. So that is the ingredients that they have in that one. Another one that we're going to go over next is the honey barbecue Flavor God Honey Barbecue. So we have a 1/4 teaspoon on the serving size, of course, 217 servings in it, so it accumulates to 5 ounces. 0 calories, total fat is 0, 30 milligrams of sodium, no carbs in it, and no protein. The ingredients we're going to have is onions, garlic, sea salt, honey, California chili pepper, cumin, black pepper, coriander, paprika, and mustard. That is what is in the Honey Barbecue Flavor God. All right, let's see what else we got over here. We have some pizza. Yeah, just straight up, that's what it's called, is pizza. Flavor God pizza. This one is 4 ounces, 226 servings for a 1/4 teaspoon of serving size. Calories is 0, total fat 0, sodium 20 milligrams, carbs 0, protein 0. Ingredients: tomato powder, garlic, paprika, sea salt, black pepper, basil leaves, coriander powder, oregano, and parsley flakes. Again, that's what's in the pizza seasoning. All right, and last but not least, we have a Flavor God Jamaican jerk seasoning. All right, so this one is a 5.5 ounce container. Therefore, it has 173 servings for the 1/4 teaspoon. Calories 0, fat 0, sodium 60 milligrams, carbs less than 1 gram, proteins 0 grams. The ingredients in this product has onions, garlic, sea salt, coconut, palm sugar, Spanish paprika, white pepper, cayenne pepper, allspice ground, black pepper, thyme, turmeric ground, chili pepper flakes, and ginger ground. And it does say it contains tree nuts, which has coconut in it, of course, for any allergens. All right, so now we're wondering, okay, so first off, what is so special about Flavor God? Does it taste good? What is the consistency? Maybe we're not understanding on the sugars, if we're trying to be on a keto diet. How are they stating that it has none in there when it clearly states that it has honey in it? Because last time I checked, honey has sugar in it, right? Well, if you go to their website, flavorgod.com, it goes into a little bit more detail. But the short answer is it does have sugar in it. It's just that the FDA only regulates it that they have to put 0 on it because the serving sizes are so small. They're so tiny that if you were to add any, there's not really enough trace of it to be able to calculate it that it has any of them products in it. Now, if you were to go and down a whole bottle of this seasoning, absolutely, you would have calories and you would have carbs and you'd have some of the sugars in there. But that's pretty much the short answer on why they're not counting for it to have any of them ingredients in it or nutritional facts when it truly does have it. It just, they're so minute. So the most important thing is, what are the flavors? What are the flavors? What do they taste like? So we went over some of the ones that I have. There's a bunch of variety. You could go in there and get garlic. There's a cinnamon roll flavor. Anything you can imagine, Flavor God has it. The biggest thing that they are looking at is not having so many preservatives in their product. That's basically one of the things they're all about, having natural ingredients in their product. So first off, I want to talk about the cheese seasoning. So a lot of people, they're saying, hey, you know what? I want something. Maybe I want to make some macaroni and cheese, but I don't want all them calories or carbs within there. I'm going to be honest with you. The cheese is more of like a kind of like a Parmesan type cheese consistency. You can kind of smell it a little bit. It's just interesting that it has almonds and the garlic. You can really smell the garlic quite a bit in the product itself. It has a little salt and some white pepper in it. Overall, I'm just going to say I'm not a real big fan of it. It's not something that you're going to be able to add as a consistency as a normal cheese base, you would think. It's, as you can tell, I probably went through about half the container so far, and a lot of it just because the flavor is not very robust. You're not getting a huge amount of flavor that you would normally expect. So therefore, as far as the cheese, I'm not a fan. So the next one, we have chocolate donut. So as far as the chocolate donut one, first thing when you open it up, you get one smell, and that smell is cinnamon. And if you look at it, it's honey, cocoa, and cinnamon. So you can smell the cocoa as well. It just because cocoa just has a defined smell, and then you mix it with the cinnamon, that's all you're getting out of it. Literally, to me, it just tastes like cinnamon. It doesn't taste like a chocolate donut to me. So I feel like it was a miss on here. If you look at some of the reviews that some other folks have, I don't know if they're paid to give them reviews or what, but they talk about how delicious the chocolate donut is. But in my opinion, you're wasting your time. I've added it to coffee, and you don't taste it. You can keep pouring it in there, and it's just cinnamon. If you add a little bit to your yogurt, sure. You might get a little bit of flavor. I will say the texture, though, they did a very good job with the texture on it. It's kind of hard to explain. It's more of like a little bit of a crunchy texture, but I thought they did a good job with that. So, I mean, overall, it's just not something that I would necessarily buy again as far as the chocolate donut. The Steakhouse. This is a steak and chop rub. Honestly, if you're watching your sugar or your salt, your sodium intake, probably not the best product for you. But overall, as far as the flavor, I would say this is probably my favorite flavor. I added it to some just some ground beef with low fat in it. Made some burgers. I want to say it was like 97.3 or 90.10, somewhere around there as far as the ground beef. Added some of this seasoning to it, and it made some delicious burgers. Again, that sodium is going to bring out the fat taste and everything in meat. So, of course, that's why it's going to be the first ingredient, ancient kosher sea salt. But really good flavor. I mean, overall, they did a pretty good job, just considering that it doesn't have any preservatives of any sort, and just natural ingredients. I mean, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see the kosher salt and everything else in there. Just a really good consistency on that particular one. Next one, honey barbecue. This one right here, of course, onions and garlic. You definitely want to be a garlic fan. But really on this particular one, I felt that they did a pretty good job on the honey barbecue. It does have a slight barbecue taste to it, and as well as like a honey taste, but it's not like going to McDonald's and getting some honey barbecue for your chicken nuggets. You taste more of the hint of the chili pepper. The chili pepper comes out, so it's more of like a little bit of a spice to it. So that would be something that you'd be having to think about if you were going to use this product to cook with. It's just not really that sweet type honey barbecue. It's going to have a little bit of a spicier version of it. But overall, I do like this one. I like honey barbecue quite a lot. If I'm doing any meal prepping, I'll sprinkle a little bit onto my chicken. It tastes pretty good, so did like that one. The pizza flavors. This one here, it has, of course, tomato powder is the very first ingredient, and garlic. So it does have a lot of, it does taste like pizza. It does smell good. It has that natural Italian smell. You can smell the oreganos and some of the flavors in there, and parsley flakes. It's pretty good. The only thing is, with anything, you're making some pasta, you're making some any type of sauce, you're going to be adding quite a bit. You can see where I used probably about half this container so far, almost just making pizza and trying it out. But overall, it's pretty good. I mean, you can't go wrong if you're looking for that natural flavor. Maybe want to make your own sauce. It's pretty tasty. So I do like that one. Taco Tuesday. So on Taco Tuesday, this particular one, I do like. It has onions, garlic, and sea salt, like we talked about the ingredients before. So again, an onion and garlic are the first two ingredients. It has a very good flavor to it. Like as far as when you smell it, it smells like a natural taco seasoning. I really do like this flavor. Add it to a little bit of your hamburger, or maybe you're wanting something different. So some folks think, well, I can only use it for tacos. No, not necessarily. If you're meal prepping and you want to add it to a little bit of just beef, or add it to even a little chicken, just to change the flavor up a little bit, it tastes pretty good. So again, you will taste the chili pepper. You will have that, a little bit of that spiciness. That's one of the last ingredients on this one. So you're not going to have it quite as a robust flavor as you would as the, I believe it was the Jamaican one, where I had a more of a higher chili pepper flavor in this one. Overall, it's a lighter flavor. You do have to add a bit more, but if you really think about it though, if you're going and you're buying maybe a McCormick taco seasoning pack, them seasonings have quite a bit in them packs themselves. So really, just for the amount that I used, and I probably had a couple meals out of it, probably a few meals, just meal prepping and everything else. I really didn't use that much, maybe a quarter of the bottle. But when I'm cooking, usually I like to just cook in a meal prep sense, so I can cook it all, have it ready for the week to go. So overall, good flavor on this one. Then the last one that I have is the Jamaican jerk seasoning. I actually like this one quite a bit. And the thing about it is I haven't had to use very much of this one. And I've used this one a lot, but it's a stronger flavor. Again, our onion and garlic, top two, first two ingredients in it, just like a lot of theirs. And then, of course, sea salt, and then coconut palm sugar. So they use coconut palm sugar. So again, like we talked about earlier, when they are using some of the sugars, we're saying, wait a minute, it shows that they don't have any fat or any sugars in this or any carbs. The reason is because it's such a small trace amount that the FDA regulates that they don't put that on there. So that's why. Flavor God is made in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where it is distributed. They've got pretty popular for a while when they started to have Instagram. Like Instagram made them very popular. You may have seen them on Facebook, where they put some Facebook posts on there on some of the advertisements. They have a lot of recipes, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, YouTube. So they have grown pretty good. One of the things that does talk about shaking the seasoning well, some people will say, well, this flavor might be off a little bit. Well, you got to shake it. It's seasoning. And I will say, as far as the shipping, because that's a big part if you're trying to get a product, the shipping is a little slow. I'm not sure if what they claim, if he has grandma sitting there with the mortar and pestle chopping up these seasonings, or what the deal is, but it does take a little bit to be able to get the seasonings to you in a reasonable amount of time. I feel like it was like a week or week and a half when I did order these and finally got them to my door. But overall, it's kind of, as far as the final review, I haven't tried every single one of their seasonings, but as far as it goes, it's kind of half and half. Some of them are good, and some of them not so much. So we have like the steak rub seasoning. It kind of reminds me of a McCormick steak seasoning, if you ever had their type of flavor before. As far as the price goes, their prices are pretty comparable if you were to go to your local grocer and get some of them. If you went to like Walmart or Kroger and bought it there, pretty similar. The only difference is it might be around the same price, maybe $5-6 a bottle, but the ounces are a little bit bigger on the Flavor God compared to some of the other national brands, and they don't have all the ingredients that some of the bad ingredients that some of the other national brands may have. But overall, I would say I would grade it probably a 3.5 overall as far as Flavor God. It's just not quite to the extent where I think I would be like, oh my gosh, I need to order this again. First off, it's going to last a long time if you do order it, but it's also it's not horrific. I mean, they have some pretty good flavors. They're constantly coming out with new flavors. They have almost like a cult following where there's so many people that have been following them and adding recipes. Now, I've personally been using them probably for, I would say, 2 to 3 months. Been using their seasonings. It's pretty good when I want to add flavor, but it's not anything I'm gonna phone home about or anything. So, but other than that, I figured I wanted to give you guys a no bull, honest review. That way, you're not having an item shipped to your door if it wasn't something you want. Now, again, if you did want to give it a try, I would recommend the steak rub seasoning, the Jamaican seasoning, as well as the honey barbecue seasoning, and the taco seasoning is pretty good. The pizza one's not bad. It's just pretty much the cheese one and the chocolate donut were kind of the ones that I was really looking forward to, especially, hey, maybe I wanted to make some mac and cheese, add a little bit of it up, have it a little bit healthier. Wasn't quite where I wanted it. And as well as the chocolate donut just wasn't. It's a good texture, but the flavor is more of a cinnamon than anything, in my opinion. But what I am going to do is I am giving a free giveaway of a brand new honey barbecue flavor god seasoning. Again, this it's unopened, unused. First 100 likes I get on this video, I will do a random selection and ship it out to you guys for free. I will comment and have you email me your email, whoever the winner is, and I can get it shipped directly out to you. So again, the first 100 likes, please like and subscribe my video so that way I can share more with you. If you have any suggestions or feedback, I will definitely take that as well, because we want to make sure that you're getting all the products that you want shipped to your door in a timely manner, as well as getting the correct products that you want with no bull. Who wants the hassle of anything? So no bullshit. That's what we're all about, is giving you the quality reviews and products that you would expect. All right, well, have a blessed day.